The width tool allows you to modify the width of a stroke in a specific area of a path. This allows you to create organic shapes that are easily editable later on. Let's take a closer look at how this feature works. I'm beginning this video with the width.ai file already open on my computer. And I've just drawn some basic shapes on this artboard because I wanted to demonstrate this width tool so you can see how this works. So I'm going to begin by clicking on the ellipse here, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select the width tool. So go ahead and click on that to select it. And using this width tool, what I can do is click on an area of a path. It doesn't really matter where I click. And if I click and drag, you're going to see that I can expand the stroke at a specific area of the path. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this so we can see it a little bit better. And you can see that it creates a marker here that allows me to expand or make it smaller in that specific area. Now, I want to show you, if you go to View and choose Outline, you can see that at the end of the day, this is still just a basic path. But when you go to Preview mode, we can see that we've altered the appearance of this path at this location. Now, you could do this in multiple areas. For example, I could click here, and I could make this area a little bit wider. And maybe I could click here and make this area a little bit thinner. And you can continue doing this in a variety of different ways. You can expand it and contract it in any number of ways. Now, you can also click on one of these adjustment points and just press the delete key to remove that adjusted area. Now, in addition, as you make adjustments to a path like this, up here at the top, the stroke value indicates the maximum size of the stroke wherever you adjusted it. So if I start increasing this, you'll see that the stroke gets proportionately bigger based on the largest dimension of that stroke. And in addition, you'll notice that you have a profile drop-down menu. And after you've drawn a stroke or modified it in a unique way, you can save that profile. So if I click the Add to Profiles button, I'll call this the LBV profile. And what I can now do is I'll just go to my stroke panel, and we can go ahead and set the profile down here as well. So I'm going to set this back to a uniform profile. Maybe set this back to 1 point. But if I go to the profile drop-down menu, you can see that way down here is my LBV profile. So if I apply that, it's going to reapply the profile. I just have to make it larger now. It's going to reapply that same profile the way that it was. You can also experiment with some of the already created profiles in here, creating different types of organic profiles that you see here. But it works in other shapes beyond just an ellipse. So for example, if I select my rectangle here, I can click and drag to adjust each side of this as well. So you have a lot of flexibility. And you can still increase or decrease the stroke weight for this shape as well. You can do some really interesting adjustments. Now, this is where I really like to experiment because this is just a straight path. It's a line segment. By using this width tool, I can do some really fun stuff like expanding this ordinary path into more of a triangle shape. And even though I've adjusted it in this way, we can still go into our stroke panel and apply the appropriate end caps to it to really have a lot of fun creating different shapes that we would normally have to do a lot of work to create. So as you can see, the width tool makes easy work of modifying the stroke of a path in ways that would have required a lot more work any other way.